Have you ever wondered how crucial CO2 is for plant growth? This seemingly simple question has sparked countless debates and discussions. While we often hear about the detrimental effects of CO2 emissions on our climate, the role of this gas in plant growth is less frequently discussed. But today, we shift our focus to this lesser-known side of the story. To help us unravel this complex topic, we turn to a rather unexpected source: NASA. Yes, the same organization that sends rockets into space has also been using satellite imagery to study the effects of CO2 on plant growth right here on Earth. This research has led to some truly intriguing findings, which we'll be exploring in this video. But before we delve into the fascinating discoveries made by NASA, let's first understand the natural CO2 cycle. CO2, a key component of our atmosphere, plays a pivotal role in photosynthesis. Now you might be wondering, what exactly is this natural CO2 cycle, and how does it work? Well, let's dive in. The natural carbon dioxide cycle, also known as the carbon cycle, is an intricate process where carbon is exchanged between the Earth's atmosphere, oceans, and terrestrial biosphere. It's a fascinating interplay of biological, geological, and chemical processes, all working together in a delicate balance. A central player in this cycle is photosynthesis, a marvelous process that occurs in plants. This is where carbon dioxide comes into the picture. During photosynthesis, plants absorb CO2 from the atmosphere. They then use the sun's energy to convert this absorbed CO2 and water into glucose, which is their food, and oxygen, which they release back into the atmosphere. So, in essence, CO2 is like a vital ingredient in the recipe of life. It's essential for plant growth, and without it, the process of photosynthesis would come to a halt, and life as we know it would drastically change. But here's an interesting fact: higher concentrations of CO2 can actually stimulate plant growth. You see, as CO2 levels increase, plants can photosynthesize more efficiently. They can use less water and nutrients while producing more food and oxygen. It's like a turbo boost for plants. However, it's important to remember that this doesn't mean we should start pumping out more CO2 into the atmosphere. While higher CO2 levels can benefit plants to some extent, excessive amounts can disrupt the delicate balance of our planet's ecosystems and contribute to global warming. So the story of CO2 is a complex one. On one hand, it's an essential player in the web of life, enabling plants to grow and produce oxygen. On the other hand, it's a potent greenhouse gas that can cause harm if its levels in the atmosphere get too high. Though often viewed negatively due to its contribution to global warming, CO2 actually has some positive effects on plants. So what are the positive effects of CO2 on plants? Well, one of the most significant benefits is the stimulation of plant growth. Carbon dioxide is essentially the fuel for photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert sunlight into food. More CO2 can potentially ramp up this process, leading to faster and more robust growth. Increased CO2 concentrations also pave the way for more efficient photosynthesis. Plants can make better use of sunlight and nutrients, producing more oxygen and glucose, the building blocks of plant tissue. Another fascinating advantage is enhanced drought resistance. Plants in environments with higher CO2 levels often exhibit improved resilience to dry conditions. This is because CO2-rich atmospheres allow plants to minimize water loss while maximizing nutrient absorption. And let's not forget about agriculture. Studies suggest that moderate increases in CO2 can lead to higher crop yields, a boon for farmers and food production worldwide. Now that we've established the benefits of CO2 for plants, let's explore NASA's research. NASA has been able to examine the impact of CO2 on plant growth worldwide through satellite images. This groundbreaking research has unveiled that regions with higher carbon dioxide levels tend to have more intense and healthier vegetation. This is especially true for rainforests and agricultural lands. These areas, rich with plant life, are thriving, painting a vibrant picture of the positive impact of CO2. But what does this mean for the future? Well, it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, these findings highlight the importance of CO2 in supporting plant growth and potentially boosting agricultural yield. On the other hand, they underscore the need for sustainable solutions to manage the human impact on CO2 levels. We must strike a balance between harnessing the benefits of CO2 for plant growth and mitigating the risks associated with its excessive accumulation in our atmosphere. As our understanding of CO2 continues to evolve, it's clear that this gas plays a multifaceted role in our environment.